Yo, what up, people? Smith so motherfucking R here today, of course, to give you guys Meganebu. Yo, I swear to God. Oh my, episode 2 motherfucking review. Let's just get, oh my God. This episode was so fucking funny. Oh my God, it made me want to do a live reaction of it so bad. Because it's how funny this, oh my God. Like, I swear to God, every time. Like, cause it started off like with the basic, introduction in the very beginning of the episode. And this introduction, I'm digging the I'm digging the intro. I really am. I'm digging the music. Like, I believe it's called "We Are the World" or some shit like that. And or "We Are World," and it's pretty good. I'm digging it. And then it starts off with, of course, this motherfucker, Hayato, and he's the dude who wears fake glasses all the time. He doesn't actually need glasses. He just wears them as like a fashion statement. He really likes to wear glasses. And so he's cleaning up the old club room, and he's like doing mad random shit. Like he's like rolling on the fucking ground. Like, basically, he finds an old album and he's going through it, and basically there's like shit on the screen like the old nostalgia factor. Whenever you're cleaning, if you ever find any old photo album, you'll be looking at that shit for hours. I'm like, oh my God, you'll be trapped in it. And then it did like this second introduction thing. Oh my God, this like it was so mad random. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh my God, I wish I could show you guys, but Japanese copyright law is a bitch. Oh my God. But it's like these dudes, and it's like throughout the entire series, they're saying like different shit, like, but it's like in the same context, and it's like, we are Meganebu. I'm like, what the fuck is? And it's like just showing like giant ass glasses and shit while they're singing. It's like giant glasses, and it's like glasses on glasses, and like afro glasses and shit. I'm just like, what? It makes no sense. And then as he's going through all these pictures, Hayato, he's like noticing like oh my God, his hair's so long and shit like that, and then he's noticing that he's in any of these pictures, even when the first years start to come, when they start coming in, and he's like, why is that? It's like, am I a ghost? And he starts rolling around on the floor like, ah, and he hits his head, and he's like, he has a gash there, and so like, I'm not a ghost. It's like, so what could be the cause? And then somehow he like forgets about it. And then he just like grabs the fucking camera and he's looking up at the sky and shows the camera. And I'm like, bro, it's because you're taking the pictures and he doesn't notice it. I'm like, really? Like, really, you don't notice it? Like, at all? Oh my God. And so he does like this documentary with the fucking video, like legit, like asking him questions and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he's telling about how his dad was like, glasses are like the sign of weakness or some shit like that. Which was weird because he's like, and my dad wore glasses, and it's like, and so I wear them to show how strong of a man I am. And it's like, but didn't your dad say that glasses were for little bitches? Like legit, that's what it sounded like his dad said. And I may have read it wrong, or it may have been translated wrong, but what it looked like, it seemed like his dad was like, man, if you wear glasses, you're weak. And he's wearing them because it brings out his manliness. And I'm like, oh my God. And then basically he finds out that there's actually a new club room. And it's like massively decorated. And I'm like, damn. When I say massively decorated, it's like massively decorated. And I gotta give this animation one thing. It's so good. Like, it has those moments even when it's bad and it's still good. Oh my God. And then it goes to like this whole thing, and I can't remember the exact sequence which happened first, the flashback to how they met and how we got into the Glasses Club, or the whole thing with him and his like ancestry and shit. And so I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say how we got into it. And it was like a dramatization. It literally said dramatization on the bottom. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to see some crazy shit. And so we was at the introduction ceremony and shit. And it was just being normal, and of course everybody else in the crowd except for him and what's his name? Mitsuki, I believe. Yeah, him and Mitsuki. Those only dudes, and then everybody else is just like this blank slate. And I'm like, oh my God. And then it's like the Glasses Club. Anybody here? It's like nobody's here. And so they're like moving on, and then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, just in comes this Akira. In comes Akira on this like weird ass fucking like hover jet thing, and he just like pulls a fucking like evacuation cord and it blows up in like cherries and I'm just like, it makes no sense. My mind is being blown. It's just so good. I'm digging it so hard. Oh my god. And then the question when he goes into like the new club room and all that. And when he's upset because he just cleaned the old club room and it's like, what happened? And basically it turns out that, of course, Akira, he told, what's his name? I believe he told, hold on. It wasn't Minabe. It was, he told Takuma to basically spread the word around the fucking thing. Yeah, Takuma. And the thing about it was, like, he was like, well, I told Mitsuki to tell you. And he's like, oh, I must have forgot because, you know, your glasses don't have any lenses in them, you faker. I'm like, oh, that's why you're still a provisional member. And then the whole thing got into, like, am I still a provisional member? Because, you know, he doesn't wear glasses and he's in the glasses club. And basically, it's like, the dude just fucking turns around the thing. It's like, here's your family tree. And I'm like, yo, like, how? It makes no sense. And then it turns out that Hayato's, like, ancestor was the first person in feudal Japan to receive glasses. First person. So he's getting in on the, like, my ancestor did it, so I did. Like, and it, like, makes sense. And he's, like, bragging about it and gloating and shit. And then from there, it transitions on to, like, the second part, which is, like, the strongest glasses. Like, world's strongest frame. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this about to be about? And then in comes the fucking professor. And wait, no, I gotta bring this up. Funniest shit about that scene when, it's like how we met him, and it was mad dramatic and shit. It was a mad dramatization. It was a mad. But the thing about it was, like, after you just see the motherfucking, you know, the dude in the lab coat, their sensei, and he just runs up and he fucking clocks Akira in the fucking head. And you see, like, that was the funniest shit ever. Okay. So now we're getting to the second part of this. In the second part, basically the professor goes in there, and apparently he's going to see Minabe. And he's looking, and basically he goes into like the nursing section, and he's looking at him, and he's just laying in the bed, and he's thinking sleeping. So he pulls off the sheet, and his like eyes are open, but he's still like you could still hear sleeping noises and shit. So I'm like, oh, does this dude sleep with his eyes closed, like his eyes open? Like damn. And, you know, and then as it like gets like better definition in it, it's like his eyes are like just circles and shit. And then he peels off this nigga's glasses and his eyes are closed. And then it looks at his fucking like briefcase. Oh my god. And there are like all these like thousands of fucking eye things that you can just stick on your fucking glasses to make it look like you're awake. And I'm like, what the? And so he's trying to wake him up. And what does he decide to do to wake him up? A karate chop to the face. What the? It makes no sense. Why you karate? This shit. I swear to God. And then, like, he gets surprised because all of a sudden this dude's, like, phone goes off because he can't wake him up. And it's like 1 hour. And it does that same type of, like, we are Meganebu, boo. I'm like, but it says, it's like a timer. It's like, 1 hour has passed. I'm like, what the fuck? And he just wakes up, and it turns out that he needs, like, an hour's sleep. And so he goes back into the club room, which the sensei was originally looking for him. And there's, like, this giant, like, machine. And basically it's holding a glasses frame together. And it's, like, pulling them apart. And I believe it's at, like, 1.5. I'm not exactly sure what that means. It's, like, 1.5 to 1.6, and it's, like, moving like that. And you can see, like, it's a pretty strong pair, from what I can tell. I don't know exactly how much force is being, you know, pulled. But I have to say, it seems pretty strong. I mean, those are some giant ass hooks. And he's basically talking about the sensei. He's like, man, this is tedious, making strongest flame pair. It's like, yeah, well, I gotta do it. And then as he's walking home, it's just a normal casual walk. And then he's going like through the side street. And then in comes his truck, and so he has to back off to the side of the road. And it's like over this pond. And right on the fucking like on the windshield it just says bad luck. And he ends up falling into the river. And as he's trying to get out, he ends up falling in the river again. And then as he tries to get out again, he ends up somehow stepping on a rake, and it hits him in the face. I'm like, what the? And then mud from the rake that hit him in the face lands on a crow, and the crow starts chasing his ass, and he's just running through the street. And I was like, and then he's starting to have like flashbacks, and this is where stuff gets real, and it stops getting from like that whole comedy aspect, and it's like, yo, and basically find out that Meganebu throughout his childhood was bullied because he seems to have very bad luck, and all the kids would make fun of him, and they'd like, get away from me. And then we see like when he gets home, and apparently it looks like he lives with Akira, from what I believe. I'm not sure though. But he goes over and he's like, what happened to you? And it turns out that he was sick. That's why there was no fucking club today. Anyway, the thing about it was, he's like, man, what happened? You're so clumsy, just like when you were a kid. And then there's like this like scene where he's like hiding in the bushes, like, just crying, and he's scared, because nobody likes him. And then out of nowhere comes Akari, and it's like the bond of their friendship. Oh my god. And I'm digging it. It's a nice moment. I swear to God, this anime, it has so good visuals. Even when the visuals, I'm not gonna lie, they weren't like the shit visuals. Yet they were. It worked perfectly for the scene. I don't know how, but it was. It was like when you step down the animation to make it impact more. And I was like, yo, that's the shit. And then basically it turns into like, basically pulls out, I got the world's strongest frames. And it's like, well, I got the former world's strongest frames. And like they just put them together and they lock them. And they're like trying to break each other to see which one's the strongest. And so it seems like some type of friendship thing. And then it ends. And you know what? It was a great scene how it ended. In the animation at that moment. Oh my god. I'm stuck between two fucking pictures. Oh my god. Thumbnails. Oh my god. I don't know which one to pick. Because one of them got like these freshmen, and they're like making like these weird ass faces. The senpai and shit. To fucking Akira. Akira. And the second one is Akira and Meganebu, and they're like looking faces with their glasses, and the animation at that moment is so vivid, and it just shows how good this animation can be. And I don't know which one to pick. But either way, this episode, 9.1 out of fucking 10, it was great. It was good until, because for all the comedy, it was a good ass episode. And then once they threw in that dramatic moment of how these two became friends, and how Akira never really thought of him as a bad luck charm, and how they became strong friends because of it, and how he actually made a friend and found a place to belong. Yo, I swear to God, those four people singing. We are Meganebu. I swear to God, that's just gonna make me die laughing. I swear to God, it's just so funny because they be saying random shit throughout it, legit. Oh my God. I have a feeling one time they're gonna, one episode they're probably gonna interact with aliens or some shit, and you're just gonna hear "We are alien." And what the fuck is? I swear to God, weird shit's coming from this anime, and I'm with it 100% of the way. So with that being said, Smithers to the motherfucking R. Meganebu is the shit. Oh my God, it's the shit. Peace the fuck out.